Revenge story. Who owns the curb? I live across the street from a very bored stay-at-home mom whose excess idle time turned her into an insufferable busybody. Her husband backed out of the driveway and slammed into my roommate's car parked on the curb. He apologized, gave us his insurance info, and took care of it. He was never a problem, because he accepted responsibility for what he did. His wife, however, demanded that we never ever park any cars at the curb again, because we can't get out of our driveway otherwise. The street was very wide. She was just completely unable to accept that the accident was her husband's fault. Seems reasonable to expect your neighbors to be safe when they drive. One day, she came storming over, banging on the front door, cussing us out. We got her on our security camera saying, "If you don't move that f-king car in the next 10 minutes, I am going to f-king total it with my truck. It'll be your fault, and you'll have to pay for the damage to my f-king vehicle." To this, I simply responded, "I don't know whose car that is, but I didn't park it there. I have you on camera, so if you do anything to that car, I'll have to call the police and hand over this tape." She then threatened to sue me for invasion of privacy for recording her, and still insisted that we move the car, even though it wasn't our property. We just ignored her. We did keep the recording though. A few weeks later, I had a friend visit from out of town. He parked his car on the curb, and then started unloading some stuff from his trunk. She came storming out, screaming and cussing at him. "I have told you repeatedly, never park your f-king car on this curb. If you don't move it, I am going to total it, and you can f-king pay for a new goddamn car, as well as the damage you do to mine." He tried to calm her down, and asked if there was somewhere else he could park, and she replied, "You can park it in hell, because that's where you'll be after I kill you." Was she charged with lack of self-awareness? Unfortunately for her, he had his dash cam running the whole time, and it captured everything. He called the police, and she was arrested for threatening to commit vandalism and for threatening violence. We used her arrest and our collection of security and dash cam footage to get a restraining order against her that actually prohibited her from entering her own home. Then we called the police every time we saw her because she was in violation of the order. She ended up having to live in a hotel room, and her husband came over, apologized to us, and asked if we would drop the restraining order so his wife could come home. I told him I would do it, but only if she wrote me, my wife, our roommates, and a friend of mine. She threatened a one-page apology. I received no apology, and the house went on the market a week later.
Revenge story. A contractor is betrayed by his least favorite co-worker. I work for a construction company and we do remodeling on homes. We have a rule here that we get to keep anything we find hidden behind the walls. We hired this guy who was a total a-hole from day one. I've been working for this company for 5 years and this guy has only been doing construction for 1 year after he got fired from his accounting job for getting a DUI. He would always make fun of my clothes and my accent, and one day he got on my phone and looked through my Instagram page and showed my boss pictures of me smoking weed. Little did he know that my boss is my friend from 8 years ago when we used to smoke together before we both quit. Something had to be done. I was so mad that he violated my privacy, then I made a plan to FCK him over. He was the kind of guy who would always come in late and complain that trains or traffic is why he was always late. One day I overheard him saying that if he won the lottery he would quit this job for not getting the respect he deserves. You have to earn your respect here. One day I bought some fake gold coins online and put them in a metal box I found at the antique store and waited for a chance to hide it in the wall. And the trap was set. Luckily, I did not have to wait long. The day he found the coins it seemed like it was his best day ever. First thing he did when he opened the box. He called my boss an effing loser and quit on the spot. He said, "F this place, I'm rich." That was the best day of my life. After he quit, my boss told us that he was going to fire him anyways for always showing up late. I wish I could see the look on his face when he finds out the gold coins are fake. Best $40 I spent in my life.